I know I've said it quite a few times before, but I am a huge advocate on self education. And by that, I don't mean you have to go into debt, enrolling in classes, things like that. There's so many forms of research that we can do, so many platforms now that we can learn in a very unconventional way. And the example that I was using with my daughter the other day is that your brain is like your computer and your eyes are the scanner, and the whole world is barcodes. What are you scanning and taking in? Beep, I see that over there. Beep, I see that over there. What are we continuing to process as we self-educate? And just being a student of life, it doesn't even mean you have to sit down and read a book. If you just go out and just collect knowledge by understanding your surroundings, understanding the people around you, there's different levels of learning. There's definitely an educational system where you earn a degree, things like that. There is learning just on your own, DIY projects, things like that. And then there's just like a situational awareness. There's just always training yourself to always be aware, just learning from, I didn't know, Mr. Jones walked with a cane or something like that, or they have a hole in their fence, their dog might get out. Just things that you can always be aware. I don't find this to be useless knowledge. I find that anything that you can process will serve you on some level at some point in time. And if nothing else, it just keeps your cognitive ability sharp. It keeps your situational awareness sharp. It just says, I am actually paying attention. I'm not sunk into my phone. I'm not sunk into some other things that are distracting me from the world that I walk in on a daily basis. So I do believe that you can learn from everything at every given second, that we should be processing some sort of knowledge. And on some levels we are, but do we really pay attention to what we're learning? That's the point that I get at sometimes when I speak this to people is, yeah, we see things, we understand things, and on maybe on a subconscious level we're still clicking along, but what are we actually stopping to absorb and say, I got it, I got it? It's kind of like breathing. It's an involuntary thing, but there's that time where you really need that, get that deep breath and that good exhale to really be aware that you're getting what you need as far as that oxygen intake. I've had ideas taken from me, and that it's a bummer of a thing, but the ideas that I had taken from me, the people that took them didn't know how or where to go with them from that point on. And therein lies the ability to be your own version of the best educated version of yourself. You can go and learn the same things in class that somebody else will. You can go sit down and read a book that somebody else could read, things like that. But when you put it all together and it's uniquely you, other people can't really do much with that. Somebody can steal your money, that your mind created that idea, but if your mind created that $1 million idea, it can create another one. And yes, of course, you don't want to have your money stolen, but it's better to have your money stolen through the notion that you created that through all of the work that you did on yourself, rather than to say, well, I don't know how I'm going to do that again. So the work that we put in on our minds, bodies, and souls, whether it's the physical part, when you run for miles, somebody can't just come steal that from you. There's things that we should be working on for ourselves that nobody can ever take. They can try to emulate it, they can try to do a lot of things about it, but that nobody can actually ever take. They can't take your thoughts. They can't take your training. They can't take the therapy that you've done on yourself. They can't take the work that you've done to lower your blood pressure, or all those things to lose weight. All of those things people can't take from you. So put that into you so they can't take it out of you. All those other things, the superficials, they'll come and go. But the more you put into yourself, you'll realize those other things don't matter. What's your thoughts on this? Your ace up the sleeve, advice, comment, experience. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, and leave it in the comments. And as always, likes, even dislikes, I won't be mad at you. Subscriptions to the channel, it all helps. I'll see you guys soon. Peace, love, unity, solidarity.